Hello, thank you for connecting with me today. I want to give a really big thank you to my subscribers and everyone who supports my channel and helps me on this journey. I love connecting with you. I love interacting with you in the comments. It means so much to me. I love all the support, all the likes, all the subscriptions. I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. You keep me going, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I thank you so much. If you would like to skip ahead, feel free to check the timestamps in the description box below. Keep in mind that these are general readings, so take whatever resonates and leave the rest behind. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you very much, and let's get on to our readings. Hello Sagittarians! Hello! Welcome to 2018. Are we ready for the new year? I am ready. So 2 angels flipped out for your spiritual sector of your reading. We have the angel Serena and we have the angel Francesca. Angel Serena says, I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need and God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith. I think you might have got this from your last reading. I can't remember. Or not too long ago. You also have Angel Francesca, and Francesca says, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. So if you're feeling a lack, if you're feeling some doubt about abundance or money or any doubt in your life, now's a really good time for vision boards. It's a really good time for... You'll notice she's painting. I don't know if you can see. It's like she's painting a lily. Like she's painting like a... it's like she, you know how like fairies make like nature and stuff? It's like she's painting, yeah, this lily, painting the moon and painting what she wants in her life, visualizing. There's a parrot here, if that means anything to you. Parrots, like, you know, parrots are birds who repeat back what you say, right? Hello, hello. So it's like if you paint this image or visualize this image or make a vision board of what you want in your life, then the universe is going to mimic it back like a parrot. Hello, right? And if you have parrots yourself, let me know. That would be funny. But in any case, visuals are important right now. So make sure to surround yourself with pleasant images and positive images, right? So, Spirit, please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. Give us God-given guidance for Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarians in their spiritual world. Could you clarify pressure and the Princess of Swords, please? Pressure and the Princess of Swords for Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarius. One more for Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarius. One more shuffle in their spiritual life. You have the 3 of Wands, you have the Hierophant, and you have the 9 of Wands. So, I'm seeing several different messages. I'll try to cover all of them. You could be dealing with an air sign, a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. You could also be dealing with a Taurus person in your life. But the Princess of Swords, she's typically the Page of Swords, and the... she's like an old soul. She has a lot of wisdom, but she can kind of seem like, for lack of a better word, she's like an autistic child, right? So a little like misunderstood by everyone else, and that might resonate with you if you have an autistic child. But a little different from everyone else. And we have a falcon right here, right? And falcons are... they're either victory, but I'm also thinking of like carrier pigeons, like messages. So there's like, the swords are about, words are about thoughts, and so things might get lost in translation with this person, whether they're autistic or not. But things might get lost in translation, and typically I see the Page of Swords as like an indigo child. You could also be healing family issues. The shadow side of the Princess of Swords or the Page of Swords for me is like a child who's been neglected or abandoned. As a child who, like, their parents shooed them off, or their parents like outright, you know, left them. And they feel like they cut a lot of people out of their life and, you know, say like, well, you're not going to be there for me, so I'm just going to do this myself. I don't need anyone, right? So you might be feeling a tremendous amount of pressure if this is your energy, or you might be dealing with someone who feels like, you know, you might have cut them out of your life and they're going to fly solo, right? There's a bird up here. It's going to fly solo and do it on his own. This person, if this is like a grown-up adult person in your life, if this is a romantic partner, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, Gemini, or a Libra, this person, this car horn is driving me crazy. You might feel pressure from this person to get married. We have the Three of Wands, and which is like waiting for your ships to come in, and the Marriage card. So that's like, you know, it's like waiting for someone to propose. And what I'm getting is you might have, especially if this is like, if you're a like masculine Sagittarius, or if you're cross-watching and you're an air sign, I feel like the Sagittarius, you know, they're typically not one to settle down really quickly. They like to play the field for as long as possible. So this person might be a little frustrated and putting pressure on you and waiting for like a ring, for a commitment, for engagement. If you are a Sagittarius, like feminine, this could also be you, but I still feel like this is someone else's energy, that you're feeling from them, right? So you're feeling pressure, they're waiting to make a commitment, to make the next step. If this is not like marriage, it could also be just to like, get your shit together, dude. Right? So it could just be like the traditional like, the Hierophant is someone who, he reads all the texts, he reads all the sacred texts, he goes by the book, he goes by the indoctrination provided by him. I'm seeing these little like bird eggs, so this could definitely be a child because it's like mama bird type of thing. So you might be feeling pressure in regards, like, you may be feeling pressure for some of you to have this traditional life, even though it's something you might not have wanted from yourself, but you might feel like you need it as like security for your child, right? And the Nine of Wands, you have it twice here. The Nine of Wands is a card about, it's usually a man who has carried 9 wands up this hill. It's very like Sisyphus type of energy. The 9 and the 10 of Wands are very Sisyphusian. I don't know how you would even say that, but Sisyphus. So it's like this man carrying 9 wands up a hill, and he's like all bandaged and he can't go on anymore. It's like this life struggle, and the wisdom of the Nine of Wands is that if he would just drop one wand, if he would unburden himself in some way, then he could lighten his load and make it to the top of the hill. So it's like, I don't know what, only Sagittarians will know what can unburden you, right? Will you be unburdened by entering this commitment? Will you be unburdened by, you know, maintaining your freedom? And this could also be, you know, like I said, if you are dealing with a child, This could be a child who feels neglected and abandoned, and you just don't have the, you feel like you don't have the time to spend with your child. Like you might have to give up something to make more time for your family or something like that. There was also a money message, abundance, money. And Hierophant can deal with jobs. So, let me see. Your job might have you might feel pressure from your job who is left feeling abandoned, or you might be left feeling abandoned. I see that more so. You might be feeling like you're not having as much help in your workplace for some of you. And you might be feeling neglected and abandoned and taking on too much. So, and waiting for someone to step up, right? But sometimes, like, the Swords people, they're very good about, clear communication. So, if you're waiting on someone to step up and do something for you, odds are they're not going to do it. So, you really need to delegate your tasks and, lighten your load to other people, and don't just expect them to do it for you. You need to be in charge of that. So let's get on to our money, health, and career messages. But first, I got to make my money too, so stay tuned. Okay, so in your money, health, and career, we have Ghostlands, and this is a card about being stuck in the past and the future. And the advice is to live in the moment, live in the now, which Sagittarians usually are good about that. Maybe they are a little too, like, future forward. But let's see what it says. And it flew out sideways, so I'm going to read both meanings here. Ghostland says, you can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. Upright Ghostland says, whenever you set your sights too far ahead and you run the risk of losing your footing, for rarely do the present and future match up exactly on the enchanted map that is your life story. The future has no substance right now. It is a place that has no grounding as of yet. You can't live there, yet you can take measured steps toward a goal or a dream. These steps are important now. The same goes for nostalgia. You can look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments or revisit lessons learned. However, you can't live there, nor can you go back and change what was. Yesterday is gone forever. Live fully in the present. The now is the most important place to put your attention. Its magic reaches out in every direction, further than the heart and soul can see. Reversed Ghostlands goes on to say, when the Ghostlands card appears reversed, it's a sign that you're wandering in an emotional or intellectual place with no real substance. There is no point longing for that which has already gone or hasn't happened yet. Perhaps you've created a fantasy of the good old days or some elusive utopian destination that lies somewhere in the future when this or that happens to make things better. Live one day at a time. Each day is a new beginning filled with truth and beauty. Stay away from the ghostlands of past and future. Avoid nostalgia and longing for something better. Find joy in what is present in your life today. Okay, so I definitely see that with the Three of Wands again. We have 2 Three of Wands here, like waiting for your ships to come in, waiting, like dreaming about the future, kind of like it usually shows a man who's looking off into the horizon over an ocean, like waiting for the ships to come in, right? So he's looking to the beyond. But whenever you're looking out onto the horizon, like out onto the ocean, you can't see nothing, right? All you can see is flat water, right? I mean, if ships are coming in, then you can see ships coming in, but if you're just looking out and dreaming, nothing is there, right? And the Ghostlands card, it's kind of like frozen in time. Let's see. It's frozen in time. We have a clock. We have an astrological wheel and numbers over here, and then like a frozen temple sort of place. So I also noticed right now this moon. So you know, this talks about divine timing, and sometimes we want things to happen so badly, and we get impatient about it. The Seven of Wands is like a defensive card, so it's like, why hasn't this happened yet? I've been waiting forever. So sometimes, like, the more we wait, the more impatient we get, and the more we get trapped in our ego, right? So, Spirit, could you surround us with the warm, light, loving light of God and give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all, for Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarius and their money, health, and career? For Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarius. If this is a health issue, you might be in like a healing period, and you're like, man, I'm ready to be healthy again. Like, come on and heal this thing. But, you know, if it's career, it's like waiting for your dreams to come true, and you're just in a suspension period. You just have to hang in there, baby. Okay, one more shuffle for Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarius. Come on now. King of Hearts. King of Hearts. Three of Swords and the Knave of Hearts. Woo! 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 This could be talking about, like, love life or emotional life that's bleeding into your health. The King of Hearts and the Knave of Hearts is a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. If it's not that sign, then this is someone who is very emotional and dreamy, romantic, sweet, you know, loving, caring, nurturing, just tender-hearted, right? And the King of Hearts is someone who is very generous. He, you know, hugs his friends. He opens his door, opens his home to any and all people. He tears up at movies. He, you know, it's a sweet energy. And the Knave of Hearts, or the Page of Cups reversed. The Page of Cups is usually a love message, so you could be waiting on a love message and getting kind of heartbroken as a result. The Three of Swords, or the Three of Leaves, is a card about grief, is a card about, you know, sadness, loss. So if this isn't talking about your love life, which we're going to get to shortly, then, and remember, if you're suffering a loss, if you're going through a breakup or something, that does affect our physical health a lot of times, right? So, you may be, like, waiting to get better and just, like, not recuperating from a heartache as quickly as you might, like, you might be accustomed to, like, getting over people really quickly, but you just can't get over this person. And so it might be affecting your, well, it might be affecting your schedule, right? Because you lose track of time, kind of, like, crying about this person. And so you can, like, neglect other responsibilities. But physically, you know, it's painful whenever we love someone and we lose someone, you know, like, we hurt, you know. If you, go a long time without getting hugged or, you know, like, physical touch, then you get, like, body pains and body aches and muscle soreness and stuff. And, you know, sex is really important too. So, you know, if you go for a long time and, you know, not getting laid, then, you know, you can build up, like, pent up emotional, like, you can get really defensive, right? And have this, like, these pent up pains inside of you. And there's no, like, hard and fast method for that, because all breakups take, you know, however long they take to reach their conclusion. So I can't tell you how long it's going to happen. It's just divine timing that it's going to happen, right? But for right now, you're just meant to sort of lick your wounds and process this grief. If it's not a breakup, because obviously that wouldn't apply to you, there could also just be some emotional turbulence, like, for whatever reason, like moodiness that is uncontrollable right now, leaving you a little defensive. Maybe just like you're in a period of suspension in your career and it's making you very moody. You could have also lost a job, and that could make you, you know, you could be going through unemployment. But let me know in the comments, Sagittarius. Let's move on to your love. So in your love and personal life, we have You Are Limitless. Ain't that a Sagittarius card? We even have this unicorn flying out. This unicorn is very interesting because it's like she overlaps images. So it's like we have a unicorn, but there's a woman who overlaps it, some swans who overlap it. We also have some peacock feathers, little fairies up above. But You Are Limitless says, recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. Ain't that a Sagittarius card? So, yes, you definitely might be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You could also be dealing with an Aries, but let's see. Let's continue, shall we? Spirit, Spirit, Spirit. Please surround us with the warm, light, loving light of God and give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all, for Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarius. If you're not dealing with any of those signs, what I'm seeing right now, paired with You Are Limitless, is whatever thoughts you're thinking, they're going to create your reality. Like you are co-creating your life based on what you're thinking, because the King of Swords is all about thought. He's all about mental processes and solutions, right? So whatever your internal narrative is saying, that is telling the universe, that's like beaming in the universe to what you truly want, right? So just remember, like, not to limit yourself in your thoughts, so that, you can kind of, like, pull in, all that is good for you. Spirit, 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 in their love and personal life, could you give us God-given guidance for Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarius? Stop it. Love and personal life for Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarians. Please surround us with the warm, light, loving light of God and give us God-given guidance for Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarius. One more shuffle. Seven of Pentacles. And the Five of Swords. So this is reiterating the message I just said. That although I will say, with the Four of Swords reversed, I feel like you need to, like, give your mental... If you're on a hamster wheel in your head about something, even if, like, doesn't matter if you're single or with someone. If you're running a hamster wheel in your head, trying to piece a situation together, then you need to rest. You need to take a break, because if you run it too much, like I'm seeing this cycle, right? If you're running it too much, then you're not going to be at your 100% to select the thoughts to beam in what you want, right? Like, you are totally capable. You have everything you need. You have all the skills, all the talents, all the, like, God's calling within you, all of the qualities. You have everything you need to get what you want. It's just stop spinning your wheels about it, because the Seven of Pentacles is a card about planting seeds. And I also see, too, that the Seven of Pentacles is a card about planting your seeds and waiting for them to harvest. But I see if you're single and playing the field, you need to give that a rest, because the more seeds you plant, the more you're going to spin your wheels to where it creates this confusion. And, like, the more people you date, the less you know what you want out of life, right? Because there's just too many options, too many possibilities. So I feel like there needs to be more control, like you in the driver's seat, instead of like you being more selective, right? You being more selective about your seeds so that you can plant the right seeds that bear fruit, instead of just planting random seeds and overexerting yourself, like tossing out the bad seeds, right? We have the Five of Swords right here, reversed, and the Five of Swords is, it's drama, it's debate, it's arguments, it's not seeing eye to eye with someone. Sometimes it talks about winning at all costs. So I'm seeing if you are single and you've played the field a lot, winning at all costs means that dating all these people is kind of like a trophy for you, and so you need to give it a rest so that you can find like the best, like just better fruit for you. Like it's like you dated all these people as like trophies, like look how many I can get, right? But it's like you got quantity but not quality, and as a result of that lack of quality, you have felt exhausted, right? And you have felt like conflicted, and I'm feeling like bored and impatient too. I also want to say that, again, we have Francesca with visualize it, and then this magician with the like beaming eyes, right? So make sure you visualize the right partner. I'm not talking about like, you know, 6'4", tall, drink of water, you know, handsome, but how do they interact with you in your life? Like visualize like hugs, visualize like them doing the dishes, like how would they be in your life on a day-to-day basis, right? Because there are plenty of people out there, and, you know, plenty of pretty people out there, but we want the quality seeds, right? So the quality seeds are going to have the looks and the brains. Let's see if I get anything else. I feel like once you put dating life to rest, put spinning your wheels to rest, put your emotional life to rest, then your ships will come in, but only when you take a break, y'all. Taurus could have broke your heart. You could have thought, like, I spent all this time, like all this work on this Taurus, and came up with nothing. You could have felt, if you were dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, you could have just felt like they were too much, like too much drama, too much burden, too much conflict, too many fights. But let me know in the comments below. Even if you are like happily coupled, I do feel like there needs to be a break. Let me think, because that message I got was like specifically for couples. So I think if you're a couple, or specifically for single, excuse me. I think if you are like happily coupled, but you're just spinning your wheels about your partner, then it is time to take a rest, because like the quality seeds that you plant are going to be like the positive thoughts that you think about your partner. And so if you like hang on to these like petty fights, like the Five of Swords is very petty fight. So if you hang on to this like, he never takes out the trash, or, you know, he never does this, then it'll just keep like adding up and spinning those wheels and making you more frustrated, and it's like a seed you plant, right? So just make sure that you're not planting negative seeds, that you're planting positive seeds, that you're visualizing positive things about your partner and what you want in your partner. I mean, obviously, if you have been together with your partner for a long time, then obviously there are plenty of positive things about them, right? So just focus on what you love about your partner, and I think that's going to help you give whatever petty arguments a rest. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in February. Bye.